Alright, so I'm compelled to make this video because I was having a hard time with this 2014 Toyota RAV4 or 2013, whatever. So as you can tell, she's on and she's running, but the problem was that the client went ahead and bought these headlights and they installed them themselves, and somewhere along the install process something got shorted, something short-circuited, just grounded itself temporarily. So what happened was I went through the fuse box here. I was looking at everything. I was using a multimeter to verify that there was continuity in all the fuses, because normally that's the proper procedure. However, unbeknownst to me, I was getting a false positive on one of the fuses. And the reason I was getting a false positive is that the ground, the break was happening on a fuse, and for whatever reason, it was reading as all good everywhere. So, I checked every single one of them, and I couldn't find the issue. I went underneath the dash and found the blown fuse for the tail light. And every time I would put in a new fuse and turn on the high beams or the fogs, it would blow. Came back here today because I figured, you know what, I'm not going to keep losing sleep over this. And lo and behold, it was a fuse right over here. This is in there right now temporarily because I don't have a 7.5, but there was a 7.5 here in this slot. So we're going to have 15, 10, and 7.5. If we follow the diagram over here, 15, 10, and 7.5 refers to AM2. Now, I have no idea what AM2 is for, but as soon as I took that fuse out, I discovered, of course, it was blown. So I put in the 5. Again, I don't have the 7.5. And once I did that, the vehicle started right up. So the symptom I was essentially experiencing was that I would turn the key. The car would be off. I would turn the key. Nothing on the cluster here would come on. Nothing. Just the mileage would show. Everything else came on. The lights did work. The headlights, high beams, the HVAC controls worked. I could get it out of gear and everything, but I could not get the dash lights to turn on. And oddly enough, when I put in my scanner yesterday, I was also getting no communication with the transmission. So whatever that little fuse does caused a big headache and wasted a lot of time, pretty much just diagnosing and chasing stuff around. But she's on and running now. So the fuse that I was talking about for underneath the dash is a 10 amp mini fuse, and it's hidden right up here. So this is the diagram, and we are targeting the one that says tail. So right here, tail, it's a 10 amp fuse. I'm gonna pull that out right now and you'll see it's blown. Here it is. Can you see it? Yeah, it's blown. So it just kept blowing every time I turned on the fogs, and the fogs never turned on. So now we're gonna see if they turn on. High beams, well, headlights, fogs. And they're still not on for whatever reason. So clearly there's something going on with the fog lights. I gotta check the fuse again. All right, so I took out the fog lights, a little bit on the burnt side. I don't know if you call it the electrode or what, it's still intact, at least by all appearances. Luckily, I've got a spare line around. I'm gonna throw that in, see if it turns on. Okay, so it's still not lighting up. I've got a test light I rigged up the other day, and I know the test light works. Hold on. It works. Alright, let's go try it out. It might not work. I think the fuse blew, but my knees hurt. Alright, so this hook is intended for uses like this, more or less. Just kind of hang it somewhere. And then usually anything with the black stripe is going to be the negative. Let's just try it out. Alright, so still nothing. Like I said, the fuse is probably blown, so let me go check that. And it is blown. So I'm not gonna keep wasting fuses. Clearly there's something going on with the fog light circuit, and I am exhausted. At least I got the vehicle up and running. If he wants to figure out the cause for the short here, why it keeps grounding out on itself, he can go that route. But right now, that's how many fuses I've thrown at it, and there's one more in my truck. So yep, that's how many fuses I've blown trying to diagnose this vehicle. Probably put in like three and a half hours at this point. Well, we got it up and running. Like I said, that's the most important part. That's what all he needed, just to use the vehicle at least. Fog lights are the least of his worries, at least for now. And yeah, let's see what else we do about it. The DRLs are not working on this, so I'm not sure if that might have something to do with it. I read some reviews on Amazon about it. Somebody said that there was a problem with short circuiting and he had to put the originals back on. So I hope that's not the case with this one, but the DRLs are not working on either side. Okay, so we definitely struggle with this one. The reason why the fuse kept blowing for the tail lights and the rear running lights were not working was that these headlights here have a connection for what should be the side marker, but on this particular model, the side marker is nothing more than for show. And what that connection is actually for is the DRL right here. Now, I used my circuit tester to attempt to give it power to both leads, and nothing happened. So that there was where the short circuit lied internally in here. There is, obviously, if you take your time and you're patient with it, you can open this up and maybe rewire it internally. But if this is driven by a little driver or whatever, then you're out of luck, because you should just do a warranty claim for that. So we're done here. I left it unplugged. Now that it's unplugged, the fog lights work. They work on both sides, and everything else works. The turn signals, the high beams, the low beams, the rears, brake lights. So we're good to go. Man, that was a whole full day of trying to diagnose this issue, but the vehicle's up and running, so we're happy. Client's happy. All right, we're done. We're out of here.